A seat in the United States Senate is one of the most coveted positions in the world. Holding one gives you a ton of leverage in the most powerful country in the world. It's also one of the best stepping stones for president, alongside governor and vice president. In fact, it might be even better than governor, considering it's far easier to get national coverage when your work affects every state. Everyone wants to get in on the action when a new seat becomes available. But it doesn't really happen that often, so you have to hope that the incumbent is either retiring or part of the opposite party in a competitive state. But in safely Democratic New Jersey, there's a bit of an interesting scenario. Enter Senator Bob Menendez. You've probably never heard of him up until a few months ago. Recently, he's been charged with conspiracy to act as a foreign agent of the Egyptian government. Supposedly, Menendez and his wife were bribed with cash and gold bars to give sensitive information to the government of Egypt. The indictment also alleges that Menendez used his position as senator to pressure prosecutors in New Jersey. These prosecutors were involved in a case with two of his friends, both of which Menendez extracted financial gifts from. As awful as all that is, it's not even the first time he's caught corruption charges. In 2015, he was indicted for something similar, where he was taking gifts from some people to use his political position to help them in some way. Those allegations didn't doom him in 2018 since no big name jumped into the race. But this time he won't be getting so lucky. While Menendez hasn't officially announced that he's running for re-election, two major candidates have already jumped into the race to capitalize on his scandal. These candidates are Congressman Andy Kim and First Lady of New Jersey, Tammy Murphy. Before we move forward, I want to encourage you to like and subscribe. It should only take a couple of seconds, it's free, and you can always change your mind later. It really helps people like me who come from a very underrepresented side of the media, fighting for common sense solutions with a bipartisan point of view. Now, before we talk about the actual race, you need to understand how New Jersey primary elections work. Unlike every single other state, New Jersey uses something called the county line. Essentially, the way this works is that the first column of the ballot includes candidates who have been endorsed by the county party. The other non-endorsed candidates are listed in other columns, commonly known as ballot Siberia. The county line effectively lets the party chair, otherwise known as the county boss, pick who wins there. Candidates who get the county line very rarely lose their election. As you might be able to guess, this process allows the elites of the states to decide elections. Back to the actual election, Menendez doesn't seem like he's making it out of this cycle. His polling is capped out at 10%, and spoiler alert, that's not enough to win an election. But I still call this the most corrupt Senate election in the country. So what gives? Well, it all goes back to that county line and their favored candidate. Tammy Murphy is lucky enough to be married to the current governor. She has no political qualifications whatsoever and has never even held elected office. To top it all off, she was a Republican until 2014. There's a good chance that she never even voted for Obama, whom Andy Kim actually worked for. So that begs the question, why is she running for Senate as a Democrat? To put it simply, it's because her husband wants to run for president. Governor Phil Murphy is term limited, which means by the time the next election rolls around, he might be considered irrelevant. To hold on to his current relevancy, the best case scenario for him is to put his wife in the Senate, where she theoretically could have the seat for life. But even if she does win, his ploy probably won't work anyways. There's a ton of other governors and senators who've done a better job getting their name on the national stage. Hell, he's not even the most prominent politician from New Jersey. That title goes to Cory Booker. Andy Kim, on the other hand, is very well qualified to be senator. He won a congressional district that voted for Trump twice. While his new district was drawn to be more Democratic, which you can learn about here, he still overperformed expectations in 2022. He's also just a good person. After the January 6th Capitol riots, he was there helping clean up the building. Unfortunately for Kim, it seems like the fundamentals favor Murphy. Since she's married to the current governor, he can just pressure county bosses into giving her the county line. She's also racked up a ton of endorsements, including most of Kim's New Jersey colleagues in Congress. But these may not be true endorsements. Under the guise of anonymity, there's a lot of elected officials who've said that they don't like Murphy and won't be voting for her, but are endorsing her to keep their jobs. In fact, Kim has swept the counties where county line voting is anonymized, as opposed to all the other county lines, which will probably go to Murphy. In another case, when the College Democrats in New Jersey endorsed Kim, they received a call from the youth coordinator of their state party asking them to cancel the endorsement. Apparently, this youth coordinator was receiving messages from a campaign consultant of Murphy's campaign who wanted to prevent the endorsement. So, the youth coordinator did what any reasonable person would do, and they threatened the careers of these college students. On the bright side, Kim still has a pretty good shot to win despite all of that. He's led every poll taken of the race thus far, and has even received an endorsement from sitting Senator John Fetterman. In addition to him, a plethora of congresspeople not from New Jersey have endorsed Kim, since they aren't forced to bend to the state's establishment. Kim can still win, so if you live in New Jersey, make sure to go out and vote for him in the upcoming primary. But if you disagree with me or feel like I left anything out, feel free to leave a comment and I'll do my best to respond. If you enjoyed the video, I'd strongly encourage you to like and subscribe. These conversations are important to have, and I'm always going to keep pushing to find the right and the clear answers. Thanks for watching.